A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that.
哎，放太快了吧
I'm just gonna start at the beginning, with the house.
我都还没看完嘞。
Someone had put up a chain link fence, but it looked like I wasn't the first person to hop it.
所以他是不小心闯入。
My brother Milton disappeared when I was 4. It was like the house just swallowed him up.
嗯？这是他家是不是？他弟，他弟叫什么 ？Milton Finch。 今天 Finch 不是这个豪宅吗？的名字。放我出去！画面可以调。是不是？
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
房间有鬼是吧？房间闹鬼是吧？这花，哇哦！喇叭花。
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
Open immediately.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
赞！我靠！呼呼呼！梦美。 No translation. This part is protected by video surveillance. 是什么意思？
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
这里可以走了。感觉快窒息。
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
我好想跑步哦，他走得好慢。应该是2条路都会通到那里吧，所以我走下面。
No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
小猪是佩奇，佩奇的脚印。是你，小鹿斑比。我还以为是佩奇，原来是斑比呀。篮球场哎！哇哦！
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
What the fuck? 草屁的青蛙，什么东西啊？
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. I asked Edie once about the dragon in the pond. She said it had killed her husband. I was 6. It seemed like an odd joke to me even then.
这是龙哦。 Dragon.
Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
I was afraid of this house.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
现在变胖了。
The power had been turned off the night we left.
没有灯，你至少也他妈带个手电筒吧，小姐。那你晚上是要怎么办？ Clear brush finger。这是我的肚子吗？会不会太大了一点？这应该不是胸部吧？对，是肚子。Oh my god！ 该减肥喽。
For the first time in years, I felt like I was home.
This is my house.
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
我是第二个吧？然后路易斯挂掉了，然后我爸长的。 小不能看。
Like how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot.
啊？一个中国城就是中国食物，看起来好难吃哦。烤面包机，这什么玩意？太多罐头了吧？太扯了吧？
Or how after Louis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
妈嘞！哦，它是在罐头工厂啊，难怪那么多罐头。了解，这什么声音？
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
时间停。2010年。
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
龙卷风。
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
为什么没有Milton有那个什么米楼的？叫米楼吗？什么楼？
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
这跳太诡异了。
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit. Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
很模糊。不能蹲，不能跳，什么都没有，也不能跑。只能 look。
The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture. My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
Wow, 这个杀人精哎！他们家的书也太多了吧，绕了一圈。那我弟的那个脸是怎么回事啊？太搞笑了！我应该是这个，上面这个。他怎么现在变这样？哦，这个是，哦。 连这边都要堆书，多爱看。
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
窥视口，就不要乱看，就比较。哇，好扯哦！
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
他还写那个1950到1961， 11岁而已就挂掉了。太恶了吧！这个设计师怎么回事？什么概念？
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
什么 banana？ 香蕉怎么了？
Edie's father Odin built the original house.
Odin。 接线。我来看一下 banana 的。
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
banana 的房间呢？那个是什么东西？怎么跟人有点恐怖啊？谁房间会放那个啊？我操！1944到1960。 啤酒柜放那么久，现在应该蛮贵的。
Mom must have locked the 3rd floor stairs on the night we left.
啊，我的钥匙。操作设定还有什么？没有。
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
Edith.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
把每一间都封起来。
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
家也太多人了吧？每个名字都好难记。
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
把房封起来，那干嘛还要盖房子？
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
他的穿搭是怎么回事？
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
这个话有点诡异。
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan.
小猪，哦，是小熊。
But I had no idea what was behind that door.
我靠，房间内太梦幻了吧！
Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead. I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole.
Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
Molly.
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
传说中的城堡。Molly.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
是被家暴还要吃这个？他被囚禁啊！那我可以吃鱼吗？我想吃鱼。
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
他想的真的跟我一样。下一个，还是要吃海星。太暗了吧？这里好像还有。
My Halloween candy was all gone. Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
这个囚禁他的概念呢，太可怕了，这个家。
I kept eating and eating.
吃牙膏。Oh my， 太恶了吧！我无法接受。
I ate a lot of things that night.
你要喝马桶水吗？哦，不要。 擦一下，太恶心了吧。
Then I heard chirping outside my window.
吃
There was
鸟
a
鸟
barn
喽！
swallow going back to her nest.
想回家
I
吗？
reached out
来我的
for her.
肚子里吧。
And suddenly, I was a
Come.
cat. I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared. Mom and Dad didn't even look at me. I jumped and I almost got her.
你是跑得挺快。
I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl.
What the fuck?
First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass. Rabbits.
兔子 got you.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons.
Oh
I
wow.
swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit.
它是
Then I
看
flew
出
off
现那
to
些
find
关于
something
幻
bigger.
觉。更大力。
A mama rabbit.
兔妈妈。
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
啊！这是在笑，干在这上。哦哦哦！哦，我第一次知道鲨鱼可以在陆地走，我天哪！滚！我滚！哎，我再滚！进去！
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
Where's my food?
juicy seeds. Tasted really good.
God, holy shit.
Grabbed on tight. When I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
这是一开始那个。对。
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere. I was big, but I moved real quiet. I wanted to stop, but also I didn't. Passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe. I got closer and closer. All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
I will be delicious. 他最后想吃的自己，我操！
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have. I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here, before my mom sealed the doors.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity. When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't. Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
你要确定？哇，这个是这样，好扯哦！哇，好恶心哦！看这真的假的？假的。
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom.
Oh, well,
It was a pretty big trace. There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Huh? 他怎么什么都知道？神奇了。
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down. I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. Yeah! My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that. Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up, then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother.
太高了吧，这不是当心直接摔死。
The day he made up his mind to fly, and he did.
太扯了吧！最好是看到我流脚汗。
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
我不敢。叫我来玩，我不敢。
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
这是什么美国队长的盾牌？加激光个太多了一点。
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
哦，终于来到 Banana 了。Banana 的家，这什么东西？对。
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
看太饿了吧？居然还没吃掉。
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Oh, Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch.
Banana.
As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Oh shit.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Oh.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Rick?
Rick？ 还有我自己走，我天哪！
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Where are you, Rick? Don't scare me.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
是你吗？
The old Finch rattled and grew still.
婊子啊！干你下洗把你洗呀！
Oh!
Rick?
Oh.
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your
Yeah.
scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
不会吧？吓我一跳！
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hookman, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And Johnny was. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully. She thought about abandoning Walter, but just couldn't do it. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned.
干嘛？哦！
He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Mimi, where are you?
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
Ding dong! 门灯晃了手。
At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was
Banana.
Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
笑死笑。恐怖哦。
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
先玩到这边喽，去。